reminds me of the, oh God.
Hi guys, James here, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone's having a great day. In today's video guys, I just want to sit down and play with some makeup because I hadn't really played with makeup on this channel for a while or done a full face. So I want to sit down and play with makeup. I do have a couple of new products, but mostly this is just all old makeup that I have shot my stash with. So that's basically what this video is all about. I also want to talk about influencers and then also just ramble about shit. So that is today's video. I hope you guys enjoy these types of videos. If you do, give me a thumbs up, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get straight into it. So this is my bare face. I have a ratty old t-shirt. This is a $6 t-shirt from Kmart. I wear these because these all have like foundation lines. Even if I wash them, I still always have like stained foundation on. So don't mind the stretch collar or the foundation stains that you might see. I always stretch my collar down when I do my foundation down to my neck, so I kind of stretch on it. Like I said, it's a $6 Kmart shirt. At the end of the video, I'll change it into another white shirt that's like more crisp and, you know, tight fitting and clean for the reveal or the final look. But that is what we're wearing today. Now, let's start with the foundation and concealer. I always go in, actually I should prep my face. I like to prep my face with this MAC primer, prep and spray primer, whatever it is. People say it's not a setting spray. I still use it as setting spray, but I also like to spray some on before I get into the makeup. Now this is probably going to be a long video, so just, you know, get a snack and enjoy. We have the NYX Face Glue Gripping Primer. Now I've used this about 5 times and I actually like it. It reminds me of the, oh God. It reminds me of the, what do you call that? It does remind me of the green like e.l.f. Hydro Grip Primer. It's basically the same thing. Obviously this is white and the e.l.f. one is more of a, what do you call it, a green shade. Both of them just blend into the skin without adding any tint. It just looks like it will because it's white when it first comes out. The good thing about this is it's not sticky when you apply it. I don't really like the feeling of like stickiness on my hands. But then it starts to get tacky once it's laid down after like 20 to 30 seconds, which is nice because being a guy with texture and stuff, I like to have that extra little bit of grip to my foundation and my base products because, you know, we need all the help we can get sometimes. Especially, oh my God, I'm trying to get this hair out of my face. Especially when, you know, we have a whole lot of outbreaks today. So that is the first item. We also do have the NYX setting spray, but I actually want to test out this new one from my P. Louise mystery box that I opened about 2 weeks ago, so we will use that at the end of this video. Alright, so that is primer done. Now we're going to go into the Nars Pot Concealer. This is in the shade Light 2 Vanilla Soft Matte. I love this. I'm going to apply it with my little concealer Morphe brush. I have 3 of these because I love them so much. I wish you could buy these brushes individually. I don't think you can. I got them from the Morphe brush face set, which I bought 3 of them because for $45 I think you get 5 brushes and the brushes are amazing. Let me see if I can find them. Actually no, a lot of them are in the cleaning bin that I have. I've got like a tub of brushes that I need to clean. This is the only one that I have, I think, right now next to me. Yeah, that's the only one, but they're great. This is the blush one, which I'll use today. Speaking of Morphe, I actually have one of their Morphe blushes, the pink one, that I want to try out in this video because I haven't actually got a chance to play with it yet, but we need to cover all of these breakouts. So let me quickly do that and I'll be right back. All right, we are back and I look a little crazy, but you know, it's called Trust the Process. Now we're going to go into the color, what's it? Revlon Colour Stay Full Coverage Foundation. I love this. This is the shade 210. It's very close to my shade. I think it is. It might be a little too dark, but we are getting into winter, so there's less light around, and I'm also on night shift right now, so I don't spend as much time as I would normally in the sun. It's getting closer to winter every day here in Australia. I know a lot of other countries, especially in the Americas, it is starting to get to their summer, but for us it is getting to our winter. I'm just looking into the mirror, sorry. As I do this, I use a sponge. A lot of people use brushes, and I can never understand how people use brushes because I get the like brush marks, and I kind of hate that. And yes, you can use a brush and then use a beauty blender to blend it out, but I just find that way it gets 2 things dirty, and I'm just too lazy to clean my brushes, so I just use a beauty blender. But you do what works for you. The reason that I love this foundation is it's full coverage, which is great. It's also very affordable, but also the formula is more of a whipped cream foundation, not a liquid foundation. So it's very, very light on the face. You don't really feel it on your face. Obviously, I put a lot on because, again, I'm going to cover all of this, so I love a full coverage beat, but you don't need as much as what I put on. Most people don't go full coverage every day for work or, you know, just everyday living, but I do because I am a beauty boy trying to cover as many things on my face as I can, just because that's what gives me confidence with my skin texture. There's a lot of face to cover, so let me quickly do that and I will be right back. And we are back. Foundation is done all the way down to my neck, so you can see it all on the collar, but you know, again, it's a $6 shirt, I don't really care. Next, we're going to go in with this little Morphe Cheek Trio, or Cheek Thrills Trio blush. Now, this is the pink one. I haven't even opened this, so hopefully it's not broken, because I bought this like 3 weeks ago, so I don't think I can return it after that long. So let's hope it's not broken. I did go for the peach one as well, but they were all sold out. This was the very last one in the store, so managed to pick it up, and I really want to play with it. Oh, look at the packaging. Love this. Chrome on the back. Love the packaging. Morphe is stepping up with the packaging. Now, Morphe is a brand I've always loved. Now, I know Morphe has gone through a lot of drama and people don't really love Morphe for at least a long time. This is what the blush looks like. Really pretty. It's got the powder, and then it's got like a little plastic cover for the shimmer, and then also the cream. We're going to go in with the cream first, and then we'll top it up with the powder later. Just trying to find... Oh, I don't think I've got a... You know what? This brush is clean enough. We're just going to go in with this brush. This is, I don't even know what brush this is. I love Morphe as a brand, and I also love their brushes. I think 60, oh, this is not going to work. I need a more dense type brush. I will go with, oh, this might not work. Where are all my dense brushes? I don't know where all my cream blushes are, or brushes. I think, oh, you know what? This will work. This is clean enough. This is Paddington brush. God, I remember getting this in my Lumi box almost 3 years ago. And I think this brush retailed for almost like $60 to $70. So it's an expensive brush. Most of my brushes are Morphe brushes. I'm just going to put that down and get some more. I did blend down the back of my hand, but I feel like I can just pick it up and go straight. Oh, maybe not. Go straight onto the face. Okay, that was a lot more pigmented, but setting powder will tone that down. Just adjust my mirror so I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm just going straight onto the face. Normally, again, I always blend down the back of my hand, but this one seems like I can go straight in on the face if I'm careful, which I'm doing my best to do. So far I'm liking this. I do want to play with the shimmer shade. I might use that as a highlighter, we'll see. But right now the cream product is blending out nicely. Add a little bit more, and then we're going to set this face before it starts to crease with my setting powder. Now, Morphe is a brand I actually like. A lot of people don't like them. They've had controversy with influencers, but also I think they laid off a whole lot of workers in the US and the Canadas and all that type of stuff years ago and gave no notice. So a whole lot of workers, like thousands of workers, were out of work with no notice whatsoever. So that I don't agree with, and I feel sorry for those workers. If I got laid off without notice and no pay or anything like that, I would be lost because I am on a single income, and that would just be devastating financially for me. So I can understand all of that. Okay, so I also just realized I forgot to conceal. So I didn't conceal under my eyes or what I normally do. So we're going to have to do that, and I might have to reapply some of this blush. So we're going to go in with the concealer like I normally do. I don't know how I forgot that step. I think I was just too excited to play with the Morphe product. So let's conceal like I normally do. And then again, I might have to reapply that blush, but I'll do that off camera to save some time. The concealer I'm using is the W7 concealer, the Oh So Sensitive one. $5, which is very affordable. I love this stuff. It works exactly like the $45 concealer or the $50 concealer from Nars. Now, a lot of the concealers and products are actually going up in price a lot, and I didn't notice that until I did my last video where I looked up all the prices for everything I talked about, drugstore wise, because I love drugstore products and I wanted to share my favorite drugstore holy grails with you guys. And I looked up like the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer that I used to buy just to compare the prices of the drugstore one. And I remember buying the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer for $72, the compact and the bronzer. And now it's gone up to $83 or $84. So it's gone up like $12. And then the refills used to be like $50, and now they've gone up to like $62. So everything is going up, and I haven't noticed it because I haven't bought like Charlotte Tilbury or anything that expensive or bougie for such a long time, because again, I'm on single income. I love this Morphe concealer brush. I will never use a beauty blender under my eyes now that I've got this brush. It just gets everything into the fine lines. Being Asian, I find with a beauty blender it's hard to get into the inner corner, but this brush does that for me, which I love. Alright, let's quickly just blend this out onto the cheeks, and I will probably have to put some blush back on because you can see that defined line, which I don't like. That is concealer done. Let me quickly go off camera and touch up this blush. Oh god, I can never open these. I need tweezers all the time. Let me just quickly touch up the blush and I will be right back. Alright, blush is reapplied. We're going to quickly just go in with this little contour stick from NYX. Wrong side. It does have a dual end highlighter, gold, and then this little cool tone bronzer or contour. I'm just going to put that on the tops of my cheekbones right here before I set my face, because this is a cream product. I love this, very affordable. I got it half price or 40% off, and I really like this. Now, it is a dual end product. I don't use, oh, why is that so muddy? What was on this before? Oh, that's very muddy. I think this brush is clean. It doesn't normally look like this, but I've used it, so we're just going to try and make it work. I should have used a clean brush. This is a Make Max brush, and I use it for my cream like bronzers and contours, but this one looks kind of dirty, so probably ruined my makeup, but that's right. I'm just kind of looking for like this hollow, you know, skinny cheek vibes that I don't have, but I'm trying to catfish you guys with. I don't know if that's worked. It's kind of looking purple. I don't know why that is. Anyway, we're just going to call that a day with that, and we're just going to set my face with this Morphe product. I'm using everything Morphe today. Like I said, the brand for me works really well, very affordable. I used to have an influencer friend who would kind of judge me for using, or I felt judged for using Morphe products. Every time I'd be like, oh, I bought this from Morphe, they would be like, oh, okay, I don't fuck with the brand. I never use a brand because, you know, I just feel what they did to the workers and stuff was kind of awful. So they would always make me feel bad about talking about Morphe, and then I kind of stopped talking about the products that I would buy because I was excited to share, oh, I got this, you know, I'm so excited I got it on sale. I've always wanted to try it, and they're like, oh, I don't use the brand. It kind of looked down on me, or at least make me feel like that. So I stopped talking about Morphe because I kind of felt judged by that person or that influencer friend I used to have, and then also by the whole of the internet and the community. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep buying Morphe because I like the product. It's very affordable. Again, I'm on a single income. I've got a mortgage, I've got bills, and I love playing with makeup, but I can only really buy affordable makeup. Occasionally, I will splurge on more expensive makeup, especially if they're on sale. Like a $100 palette, I will buy it when it's 20-30% off or 50% off in the Black Friday sales when that occasionally happens. But Morphe has always been a brand that I love because it's affordable. It always goes on sale. Setting powder I love, blushes I love. I used to do a lot of Morphe hauls earlier in the day with my YouTube channel, and I just really like Morphe. I wish they would bring out Morphe mystery boxes because I love those, but I would get judged by this friend who would never support Morphe, or, you know, would look down on me when I did talk about Morphe. But as soon as they get PR, they are in love with Morphe and kind of just make me look at them differently because, like, you've kind of just sold yourself out for PR. When you promised all your viewers that you would never do that, but as soon as you get anything PR-wise, you just love the brand and can't stop talking about them and do all these YouTube shorts and stuff like that. And I get it, that's your job and stuff like that, but don't make me feel bad or judge me for wanting to buy affordable makeup that I can afford on my budget and make me feel bad for almost 2 years every time I brought Morphe up as a brand or their products that I was really excited to try, and kind of look down on the brand and the people who use it. And that was just something that always made me feel bad. And yeah, I just stopped talking about Morphe on my channel, but I've always continued to use Morphe. I'm not going to throw away all those products or all those brushes that I have just because you don't approve of me using Morphe and kind of make me feel bad. So I would just use them in silence, which is not really a great friendship because I was talking to this person a lot, like on FaceTime and everything like that for hours on end, every day messaging, but that is another lifetime ago now. But it was just always something that I noticed. As soon as that person got PR from that brand, they would switch and love the brand and talk about them and rave about them and push their products, even though behind the scenes you would make me and other people who talked about the brand feel like shit, which is not really great. I kind of look at big influencers very different when they get PR now, just because are they loving the product or are they just pushing it because they got it in PR and want to continue getting everything in PR? Also, I forgot to tell you, this is the pink setting spray, the brightening pink setting spray from Morphe. I don't really notice like a pink tinge at all. I don't see the difference between the translucent one and the pink one, but it sets my face nice and matte. It blurs everything, which I like, and very affordable because it's Morphe. Alright, base is all done. Let's go in with the bronzer. This is a new bronzer to me. I've used it twice now. This is the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade Deep Cool 300. It was recommended by another influencer, but a smaller, trustworthy influencer here in Australia, and I absolutely love this recommendation. We're going to go in with this dirty Kmart brush. This is the XOO Cosmetics brush. Look how beautiful it is. Actually, I do have a clean one. I might use the clean one just to show you the actual bronzer. This brush is $6 from Kmart. I love it. It's nice and fluffy and clean, so let's use this on the face. Now, this bronzer is nice because it doesn't pick up too much product and you can build it up very nicely. I'm just coating my brush. So I'm really happy about the recommendation, and also I probably will just kind of stick to smaller influencers on YouTube. They have nothing to lose when they give us a true representation of what their thoughts are on the products and the brand. But when this influencer would talk shit about the brand for 2 years and make me feel bad about using their products, and then as soon as they got PR from the brand, they just rave about them constantly, I just kind of feel like that's really hypocritical. As another example, I used to love Glamour as a brand, and this person would talk about Glam like 24/7 about how they're doing them wrong, how they're not giving them PR when they should have got PR, how they're not paying them, which I kind of agree about their situation. If they don't get paid with their affiliate codes, they should get paid if they're doing their job, you know, by promoting the products and doing reviews on their products. They should get paid if people are using their code to buy the products. I agree with that. But don't talk shit about them constantly every single day. Then on their YouTube channel, they would rave about the brand and review every product that they release. It just screams hypocritical to me. I'm just going to go into the pink powder blush. I don't know what the shade names are. They don't have shade names on the actual blushes. It just says Cheek Thrills, which is a shade of this, like, I guess it's the shade for all three of them. But I'm going to go into the powder. I'm using a Morphe brush because we're talking about Morphe. And I love this brush. It's charcoal infused. I know it's meant to be like skincare and antibacterial, but I don't really care that it's a charcoal brush. I just love that the shape of it is very, very easy to use. So we're going to go in with this powder blush and just punch up that blush a bit more. It's not really, it's like I thought, like that much product, I just feel like it should be giving me a bit more pigment, but it just seems to be one of those blushes that needs to be built up over time, which is okay because, you know, sometimes you go too heavy-handed at first, but with this it's a little bit more safe. I do like that this is very travel friendly. You've got the cream, you've got the powder, and then you've got like the shimmery blush topper highlighter moment. Just going to put a little bit on my nose as well because my nose looks very, very white and just flat right now, so just adding a little bit of color onto my nose. I forgot I actually have to contour my nose as well, so I'll just get that bronzer back and contour that quickly before I forget again. So we're going to go into the bronzer that I was using on my face. That bronzer blended out quite nicely. I did put a lot on my neck because I just like to do that. Oh, I can never open this. I just always need a tweezer. Where is the little bronzer brush? There we go. We'll just contour my nose with this little Morphe brush. This is part of their gold collection. And we're just going to contour a little bit with this brush on the side of my nose here to make it look skinnier than it really is. All about catfishing on my channel here because, you know, we're single and we need a husband to help me pay for my Morphe makeup products that I love so much. Oh, that is much better. I love a good nose contour. So that is nose contoured done. Blush is done. All right, let's get into the eyeshadow. I'm only going to do one eye on camera, then I'll do the other off camera just to save some time because this video is going to be long enough. Let's just pat out the creases on my eyelid here and we can get straight into the palette. Now the palette we're going to be using is this Beauty Bay Smoky palette. I love it. I'm going to do a halo eye because I'm falling in love with halo eyes and I don't do them enough. So that's what we're doing today. This is what it looks like. I'm not going to hold up the palette because it's too big every time I dip into a shade. I will tell you the shade name of it, just so you know what shade I'm using. But I also list all the products and all the shades that I use down below. So if I forget to mention something in the video, it will be listed down below. All right, we are going to go in with a charcoal grey shade, which is the shade Castle. I love this shade. I've used it multiple times on my eyes. It's a gunmetal grey, and I love this shade as a transition shade. So we're just going to put that all across the eyelids, and then we're going to blend out as we go. Now back to what I was talking about before, which was the hypocritical influencers that talk about a brand behind their back constantly for years and years to me. You're getting free PR, a full collection, which is $100+ plus the PR boxes and everything like that. And let's be serious, all you're really after is the free makeup that you get every 6 weeks when they do a launch, because they launch so much lately. So to me, it's very interesting to see how a PR package can sway a person so easily after they've talked shit about the brand for almost 2 to 3 years. Anyway, I do apologize about this rant. I've just had this building up with me for the last year or two, so I just wanted to finally get it out there. But anyway, back to the eyeshadow. I blended out that shade on my eyes. I do have to blend the edges a little bit more, but I've laid down the initial halo eye that I am going for. I really like this shade. It is only one shade. I've packed it on the outer edge just to really give it a bit more depth. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to go in with this little black Morphe brush, and I'm just going to dip into a lighter shade, which is the shade Clouds. It's a lighter grey tone, and I'm just going to blend the edges ever so quickly. That way I know all the edges are nice and blended out. So let me quickly do that, and I will be right back. All right, we are back, and the eye is blended out nicely. So we're going to go into the dark black shade, which is the shade Tuxedo. I've used this shade quite a lot on my channel and also on my Instagram lives. And we're just going to apply that on this outer edge, and then also in the inner corner as well. We're going to give it a bit more depth and a little bit more of a smoky eye. So when I apply that shimmer, it really pops against it. So we're just going to quickly go in with the Morphe M506 brush, one of my favorites in my collection. I think I have about 20 of these, and most of them are dirty right now. But we are going to apply this on the outer edge and blend into the crease ever so slightly. Now for the shimmer, I think I'm going to go in with a Glaminatrix single eyeshadow shimmer that I have added to my collection recently from their mystery box that I unboxed last month. I really want to use up all those shimmers. A lot of my single shimmers I kind of just forget about, but I'm really trying to actually remember to use them. So that is the shimmer we're going to play with today. I will let you know what shade it is when I get to that stage, but for now we're just going to blend this out. I'm really loving the way this is looking. I know it's looking a little messy, but I am going to put a shimmer on where those mattes meet in the middle. But the actual edges, I'm really happy with the blend. So let me just quickly do the bottom lash line. I'm going to use the same shade, so it's nothing new. Going to quickly do that, and then we can come back and do the shimmer, and then I'll go off camera and finish off the other eye, and I'll be back to finish off this look. All right, I am back. Bottom lash line is done. I've added a bit more of the dark to the outer edge because I really wanted to smoke it out. I also went in with my Black DB Cosmetics black liner in the waterline. Let's go in with my glitter primer. I like to use my glitter primers when I do a halo eye just to really secure that glitter in the center. So we're going to go in with a little bit. I'm just going to put it on my finger. Normally I go in with a brush, but because I know exactly where I'm going to go and I don't need to go too far along the eyelid itself, I'm just going to put it in the center where there is less pigment. But with a halo eye, you want the edges to be a little bit blended out, so I'm just going to blend it out with my finger, and then we're going to go in with a Glaminatrix shimmer. Now I've got a few options for my Glaminatrix shimmer. I don't know which one we're going to go in with, but we need something that will complement this eye look. So let's do that. We've got my little palette that has all my loose Glaminatrix shimmers. I think I'm going to go in with this one here, which has like it is the shade Disco, but it has a few different like multi-chromes and shimmers in it. I don't know if the camera will show up properly or the shade will show up, but that's the shade we're going to go in with. I'm going to put it back in the palette before I drop it. And we're just going to go in with the same finger I put the glue on, and we're going to put that in the center. Glaminatrix shimmers are fantastic. The mattes are good too. The shimmers are the ones that I reach for mostly from my Glaminatrix products. Oh, look at that shimmer. I know there's some harsh lines here where the shimmer and the mattes meet, but we're going to blend that out in a second. I'm just really patting down the shimmer so it will last all day, because this eye look is something I'm going to wear around the house until I get sick of it. I'm going to quickly go in with the same shimmer, and I'm just going to put that on the bottom lash line here. I did leave a little gap on the bottom lash line with the matte, just because I wanted like the halo eye to transfer down into the bottom lash line as well. Now I haven't put a glitter glue down, which is probably going to make it not last all day. But I don't think we need a glitter glue just for the bottom lash line, and I'm also just too lazy. There is a little bit of fallout on my cheeks, but it's nothing too crazy. So I'm happy with that. Let's just go back in with the matte, and we are going to blend the edges out ever so slightly. We're just going to go in with a little fluffy Morphe F506, pick up a little bit of that black, tap off all the excess, and we're just going to tap the edges where the mattes and the shimmer meet over the edges of the shimmer, and kind of blend those two shades together. Do the same on the other side. I'm going to go in with the same brush now, and I'm just going to dip it into the shimmer that I've applied with my finger, tap off the excess, and we're going to go over that where I've just placed the matte. So we're blending the two shades together, but I'm only tapping, I'm not swiping, because I don't want to knock any of that shimmer off. Just tapping ever so slightly. And guys, that is the matte and the shimmer all blended out. I'm really happy with the way this looks. So now I'm just going to go off camera. I'm going to do the other eye. I'm going to put some lashes on as well. I haven't done lashes for a while, but I think for this look I need some dramatic lashes to enhance this look. And I will also probably do my lips off camera, because I haven't got any lip products that are new to me. So I'm just going to do my lips off camera. But for highlighter, I will come back and do that on camera, because it's my favorite part of makeup. So we'll do that on camera, and then I'll show you the final result. Alright guys, we are back. Eye is done, lashes are on, and the lipstick is on. The lashes, I'm hoping they don't jump ship, but I haven't had lashes on for ages, and I'm just worried that they're going to start falling off. So let's quickly end this video. I'm going to go in with my highlighter. This is the Max Factor X Face Infinity Highlighter Powder. I just featured this in my last video. I got this for half price, I think for like $5 or $6 from Priceline. It was on clearance. I think originally it's like $19, but it was in the clearance bin for $5. So that is why I purchased it, because I was like, for $5, if it's not good, then it's not going to break the budget. It is a buildable highlighter, and it is one that is a baked formula. So if you're not into baked formula highlighters, then this is probably not for you. But I actually really love the champagne like highlighter moment that it gives. So we're just going to put a little bit of that on each side of my face. We're not going to go for like an iridescent multi-chrome highlighter that I love to go with normally, like a Kaleidos highlighter or anything. We're just going to go with a champagne finish for today's look. We're going to put a little bit along the nose too, because we like a little bit of a shine on there. A little bit up onto the temples / brow bone moment. I really like this highlighter. I'm going to quickly zoom in to this so you can actually see the look, or the finished look, a little bit closer. And this is the final look, guys. I really love this look. Now the lipstick, probably the wrong shade for this look, but once I applied it, I was just like, you know what, we're just going to go with it. Actually, the lipstick I used is actually a lip liner. This is from Makeup Revolution Satin Kiss Lip Liner in the shade TGIF. It's like I thought it was a dark brown, but it's actually kind of looking a bit purpley mauve, and it does have a satin finish. I like that. Now for highlighter in the inner corner and the brow bone, I went in with this Kimchi highlighter. I went in with this side here. It is an iridescent highlighter. I just want to put that in the inner corner and then on the brow bone, and I wanted to do that while I had my lashes off, so I could actually get in there without disturbing these lashes. These lashes are very intense. Now the lashes I went in are Kish lashes. I don't know what the style is. I think it's new. I think that's what the style is, but very dramatic lashes. Again, I haven't had lashes on for probably 3 months. So This is the final look with lashes, lipstick, highlighter and eyes all done. I hope you enjoyed this video. It is going to be a very long one. I hope the topics that I talked about in this video about the influencer didn't turn you off. I just wanted to get some feelings out that I've had bottled up inside for a long time. And I hope you did stay till the end to see this final result. And again, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button because that really helps out my channel. If you've got any thoughts on the topics that I talked about in this video or any thoughts on the products that are used in this video, please leave a comment down below. With that, guys, I'm going to love and leave you because this video is long enough as it is, and I will talk to you in the next one. All my love. Bye.